I can't really pinpoint the exact time that I decided that I wanted to be a physician, but I do know that it was a dream that I clung to fiercely throughout my childhood. My father was a physician, and even as a child, I spent a great deal of time with him at the large urban hospital where he practiced and was an administrator. And one of his habits was to arrive extremely early in the morning before anyone else had arrived in his office. We would go to the coffee cart, he would get his coffee, and we would begin rounds throughout the hospital. And something that always struck me about this experience was how long it took to complete this task, because my father would stop to speak with each and every person whom he came into contact with. And he always had a warm smile and a kind word for them. He was extremely charismatic, he was gregarious, and people were drawn to him. My dad and I visited Barnard together the summer before my senior year of high school, and we both fell in love with the school immediately. I don't know if my father was more excited for me to be going to the school or if he was more excited that he would have a daughter there. And he and I planned all of the things that I would do at Barnard, which was quite a long list, but one thing that I knew for certain was that it was a place where I could pursue my dream of becoming a physician. Except for one thing. I conveniently forgot that at Barnard you could not be a pre-professional major like you can at so many other institutions. Not only did you have to fulfill the 9 ways of knowing, but you also had to fulfill your major requirements, which did not leave a lot of time for pre-medical requirements. In my sophomore year here, I started cell biology, and I learned quickly that I was terrible at it. Notably, there was one important experiment that we were to complete involving fruit flies, in which I killed all of mine. I over-anesthetized them and pretty much ensured that I was not going to receive a high grade in that course. This was extremely distressing to me, a type A personality, someone not used to receiving mediocre grades. And I remember having a conversation with my father and telling him, I don't know what to do. If I can't pass this class, how will I ever make it through medical school? I can't even sustain a bug's life. How will I keep a patient alive? At the same time, I was struggling with the question of what do I major in? At the end of sophomore year, you were expected to pick a concentration, and to me, I was lost in the woods. And my father said to me that science would always be there, that I could always become a doctor, I didn't have to do it right now, that I should find something that I loved and really engage with it. I flipped through the course book and I landed on Professor Leslie Sharp's Body and Society class in the anthropology department, and I found that thing that I really loved. I found a course of study where health and medicine intersected with people, and I saw the way healthcare professionals could interact with people, and I pursued a major in anthropology and focused on specifically medical anthropology. Of course, I graduated, time passes, I need to get a job. Again, what do I do? My father says, well, you need something with healthcare benefits. So I take a job as an administrative assistant at this large urban hospital where he works, and it just happens to be in nursing administration, something I'd never considered before. And through that year of working as a lowly assistant, I learned to love nursing as well. And it is something that I have made into my life's work and passion. I choose to work 12-hour shifts with people during the best and worst moments of their lives. And something that I've realized along the way is that I wanted to be like my dad, but that didn't mean that I had to become a doctor as well. It meant emulating all of the intrinsic qualities that made him an amazing physician, that made him my dad. And I think that he would be happy to know that I am happy as a nurse at the same hospital where he had worked for so long. And I think he would be happy to see me doing the same things that he did day in and day out, bestowing a smile, holding a hand, but mostly just taking the time for another person. Thank you.